have a discussion with all of you on the AI and leadership and how it affects us. So feel free to raise your hand and tell me anything that you agree or disagree, and we will have a great session. Okay, let's get started. So AI and leadership. AI is disturbing a lot our way of working, but it's also a great opportunity for us to grow in our leadership. And today I wanted to cover a little the three top disruption of AI that I saw, that were the decision making, where we start to rely a lot on artificial intelligence. And there is, I think, a balance that we all have to find between what we have to trust from the machine, from the artificial intelligence, and there is a lot of people coming. And, okay, sorry for this. And I wanted your opinion on how your decision making with artificial intelligence is done so far as a leader. And please feel free to unmute yourself. Otherwise, I will call on people. So better you select to speak. Okay, Steve, you put the camera. What is your opinion on the influence of the artificial intelligence in your decision making? Steve, are you here? Yeah, you can hear me. No, you cannot hear me. No. Okay. Shiny, I'm sure that your microphone works. How do you make your decision making and how you use artificial intelligence on your side?
Thanks, Aurelian. I use AI quite a bit nowadays to help me with decision making. I don't necessarily allow it to make decisions for me, but I do use it as a true co-pilot when I have um, either, training materials to build out. I'm a corporate training services business owner, so I use AI quite a bit to help me build out outlines, to help me decide, which topics and content pieces are going to be the most impactful for my customers. It's really a great intuitive tool to help me with the decision making process and to help my strategy as I build out more materials for my customers.
Yeah, I agree. And actually, I was writing an article, I think 1 or 2 weeks ago, and I was trying to find statistics. And the artificial intelligence provide me a list of statistics that were pretty alarming, actually. It was like 90% of projects were failing in this industry. And I was, okay, I want to believe you with this, but what are your sources? And I try to look on Google, I try to look on multiple things. Even I asked the artificial intelligence to provide me the source where he finds this statistic, and he never was able to tell me what was this data from. It was a mix, a little of one statistic that were taken out of the context with another one that was, I mean, according to my interpretation of what I find when I did my research after to write my article. And I was, imagine I just wrote my article believing these statistics were true. I publish it, and at the end, it's me that is lying to the world because I use artificial intelligence thinking it was real statistic. And it is where we need to stay in control of what we receive. So it is important to validate and understand what are the data that we receive to make the right decision, but also validate that we have all the information and source when we receive this information from artificial intelligence. Is there anybody else that want to share an experience or something? And I can call on Kevin Charles because it's a long time I didn't speak with him. So I want to hear his voice if he is. able to hear us? Kevin? It seems everybody is very shy today. I will have a very lonely meeting today. But it's okay. The second element that I identify was the workforce transformation. And what I mean by this is that right now we are concerned on what will be our future. We have some people that really believe that they will be replaced by the artificial intelligence and we will lose all our work. And my specialty, as you may know, is working in leadership. And I think it's one of the only area that I cannot be concerned at all by the artificial intelligence because leadership is about communication, about creativity, about all these different skills that cannot be replaced really by an artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence is helping you to improve your communication, to improve as a partner on a lot of area, and it's help you to upskill and reskill. You need nowadays, if you didn't start yet to use artificial intelligence in your daily life, and there is a lot of tools for a lot of things. This week, I was exploring how I can improve my content creation, how to improve my outreach to reach the right people that I want to do. There is one that was helping me to do all my marketing. He go to my website, he build my marketing automatically just with artificial intelligence. And I'm amazed by the number of solutions that exist just on the market to do this. And I know that I need to really upskill and reskill because what was last year was not existing today. And if I'm not following it, I will be in trouble. So is there anybody that would like to comment on the workforce transformation? And I think we are all affected by this. So I'm pretty sure people can speak about it. Please
Hello,
don't be
Aurélien. Can you
shy.
hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can. Please.
Yes, I was having
Go.
some technical difficulties before. It's good
Okay,
to
no
see
problem.
you, and it's good to hear
Yeah.
you. So from the workforce transformation side, I'd
Mm-hmm.
like to sort of just drop workforce in our context and just think
Mm-hmm.
about transformation. So
Mm-hmm.
I work day in, day out with AI, and one of the things that we work really hard to do is to make sure that people have the tools so they're able to change. So this is really a new way of working, but it's also, on top of being a new way of working, it's a new way of realizing value. So in order to realize that value, we work very, very hard to put skills in the hands and tools in the hands of individuals who can use AI to do their jobs and to find new ways to do their jobs. So by helping them with change management, by helping them to supplement their skills, that's one way we help to manage their anxiety and help them focus on outcomes rather than just the day-to-day of the new tool.
Yeah. And I have a question because you told put the tools in the hand of the right people. So you think there is people that are more featured to do the workforce transformation and use artificial intelligence? Or do you think it need to be like a citizen application that really everybody can use artificial intelligence and need to use it to be still relevant in the new world?
So my findings are that you have to make sure that you're working with users and that they have a clearly defined use case. So what are they trying to accomplish? And when you focus on the accomplishment and the desired outcome, it will guide you to different applications in AI. So one person who might be more of a citizen developer who would be well served with tools in a development environment might be very different than somebody who needs access to a large language model and it's going to do a more agentic workflow. So it's really about taking all of the tools that are available throughout the breadth of AI, something as simple as translation
Mhm.
or grammatical correction, all the way to machine learning and large language models. And because of the breadth of tools, we have to work from a workforce perspective to make sure that individuals know what they're trying to accomplish and bridge the gap with that workflow.
Sure, and it's very great point, Kevin, on this. And when I hear the complex word of learning model and things like this, I can tell that you have a place where people are in IT need to scale and develop this, but everybody should be able to also leverage at their level also artificial intelligence. You don't need to be really technical to leverage this technology and use it. I have a background of IT, so I have some knowledge on artificial intelligence and things like this. I keep myself a little aware of it. And Kevin and I were working in both in IT together, so I know a little of this. But I don't think artificial intelligence should be restricted only to people that are in IT or that are just in the interest of digital transformation. It can be used by everybody, and really it needs to be used by almost everybody, because I see a lot of people that have trouble to address correctly their requirement, or that doesn't take the time to read, for example, the long list of requirements. And by having the artificial intelligence and validated several times that it is not hallucinating, because it is the biggest problem that you will face with artificial intelligence is that it's hallucinate. So if you trust too much, you may have a problem, but it can help you to find information very quickly. And I remember it was about 5 years ago, I was working in a project where we were implementing chat that were reading the content of the company to try to understand what was in all this technical project specification and element, and to accelerate actually the reading and helping the technical people to find the information quicker. And we had no artificial intelligence really scaling up and making this available to us. And one of the most secure way of doing it is, I don't know if you heard of it, is Notebook LM, if I'm not wrong, is this the tool of Google, where it is compartmentized into a system. So you put all the articles that are really yours. You tell him, please find the information or summarize or do a podcast of 6 minutes on what is into this documentation, and you can easily find the information. And you can revalidate that the information that he give you is true. But so far, when I tested, it was really a good tool for me to summarize documentation and have information really in front of the information. One of the things also, so what I want to tell is AI will not replace a human skill. That means everything that is really human, that is communication, that is understanding others, that is understanding what are the priority, what you need to create, creativity, all the elements that define you as a human cannot be replaced by artificial intelligence. And I don't think in the future we will have the empathy, emotional intelligence, and all this that will be ever replaced. If somebody disagree with it, please let me know. But what makes us human will not be replaced by the human. What the artificial intelligence will be able to replace is the knowledge base. That means you will need to trust artificial intelligence and improve the content, but you will need also to make sure that what is in it is validated by somebody. So two jobs will be created. The one that will be implementing the knowledge base and validating that what you put in it is really true. And the second one will be the people that really will use the knowledge base to improve their skills, to focus really on the new skills that are creativity, strategy, interpersonal, and these skills that become really vital. Is there anybody that want to interact in this slide before I pass to the third one? I never bite anybody. So if you want to speak, don't hesitate. Okay. The third description that I found is a trust and transparency. And it was a little the things that I touched at the beginning is it is a black box. You don't know what are the sources that are feeding you from the system. They tell you most of the system have 1 year lag between what you ask and what is reality that they provide. I think only Grok, if I'm not wrong, is updated daily, but still I'm not sure how this information is prioritized. And one of the elements that scare me the most or make me a little interested is how the algorithm selects the right data. I see this in the social media. You have people that are very authentic, that share information that are very important and that you want to know about, but you don't see it so easily. You need to look for these people to really find this information well set up and things like this. And you have other people that communicate a lot, that use the algorithm to the maximum and use the system of over commenting or things like this to make it go up. And I'm guilty also of a little playing with this social media algorithm because I want to be visible also. But having this black box and playing with algorithm make also which data is true or what is not true. How transparent are the data that we receive? And probably somebody in IT will be a better person to reply to this question and how you will make sure that we have an ethical framework that is making sure that we don't have any data that is misused or overused, because there is two areas in the ethical framework is what you can share on the artificial intelligence and how the data that you share with artificial intelligence is used out of your sharing, because there is people that share personal data with their resume or with the information that they put from their company. And I know that the company regulates this and tell you cannot share anything that is specific to our company. But you have seen, for example, the operating system of Samsung were created from an artificial intelligence and owned by ChatGPT, if I'm not wrong, because somebody shares the algorithm, tell, please improve this algorithm, and at the end, this operating system was owned by AI because it was shared into the artificial intelligence. So is there anybody that would like to interact on this or tell anything? And I will call Emmanuel for first because I'm sure that the microphone works on Emmanuel. Or Emmanuel, yeah.
Oh, Emmanuel. No. My industry does not allow the use of AI,
Okay.
aerospace and defense. So I don't use it much for work. Yeah.
Okay, but you don't use it because of your industry, but are you using personally this? Or
Yeah, of
never?
course. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you call Grammarly AI?
Yeah, I mean, it is a kind of artificial intelligence. After I will tell, it's probably not the most artificial intelligent system. I will start when it start to think a little, like building a script or helping you to make decision or things like this. But Grammarly can be integrated as an artificial intelligence in a big world. I will tell probably.
Yeah, I do use
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I teach students in college,
Mhm.
so
Okay.
I also use some of the AI tools to help generate questions, especially multiple choice questions. So that has been helpful.
Okay. And when you do your multiple choice question, do you validate that the question are valid because they may hallucinate?
Of course, you have to review it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
generate a bunch of them, and select the
Mm.
ones that are most accurate for you.
Yeah, and I will, because you speak about this, I will share. So next week I will pass an exam for my coaching, and actually there is no place that I found all around the internet to really test myself on this specific exam. And what I did, because I was not able to find really a way to be tested, I asked ChatGPT to simulate the exam for me. So I'm every day simulating with ChatGPT the answer, and it is a double check because I need to validate what is my best answer and worst answer is the way the system works for my exam. But on top of it, I need to validate that what he finds the best answer is really the best answer, and what is the worst is really the worst. So it's a little challenging. And because of this black box, I don't know exactly how we do this and how the test is done. It's asked me more validation, more check, but it's helped me to practice more and be better at my exam. So it's good for me, but it can ask you more effort also sometimes to just validate what you know about it. Is there anybody else that would like to interact on the trust and transparency? Is everybody trusting blindly the artificial intelligence, or are you always validating, or when are you validating? I mean, what is the trigger that make you tell you need to validate the the information? Amit, Amit Thomas, are you here? Or Janelle? Okay, it seems everybody has trouble with the technology.
I can add a little bit, Aurelian.
Okay, please go, Shane.
I've done a few AI trainings just to introduce companies to the ways that they can use tools like Copilot, ChatGPT, Perplexity, and all the others that are out there today. I always advise my clients to verify what you receive on AI tools, right? Verify the results. Because AI is not a person and it doesn't have a brain, it can't really decipher between what's true and what's false. It doesn't have the logic to sort through those things. So I always say validate. A lot of the data that it returns comes from us, the users who submit prompts and submit documents that kind of make it better. But it's always good to double check it against industry standards, do your own research just to make sure that you're not just, going blindly with the information that it returns. It could be a dangerous game if we go at it in the sense of where, we're just absorbing whatever it spits out. We always have to double check, verify, do our own research. And then I always say to incorporate it into your results and not just copy and paste and replace what you're originally looking for, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally makes sense. And what I see also when you use artificial intelligence, you sound inauthentic. So you need to also look at how you really write things and making sure that it's adjust to your language, to your understanding, and validating really what you receive is essential. I don't validate 100%. I will validate about 70% of the time that what I receive looks exactly what I want. Sometimes I use blindly when it is not so important that I don't have statistic or a stake in the real validation of the data. But when I start to have statistic or data or information and I want to be authentic and being sure that what I'm share with people is real, I really go deeper into analysis. I go to multiple artificial intelligence and Google to validate multiple time what are the same information or is it wrong. And I was sharing with you one statistic that I had trouble about 2 weeks ago, and it's really the case where I was validating. I was, why I don't find this same number? What was happening? And I didn't find any statistic that could help me to validate this. So I dropped this statistic and I went to validate something else. Hello, Akin. Welcome. So now, and I think we are coming to the end slowly, leveraging AI. So how to personalize communication. And this is one of the elements that I think we can use the best AI, because what we must do is communicating one way to everybody. And when we communicate to an executive and in the same time to an employee of the workshop or somebody that is on the field, the communication is very different. And it may take a lot of time to change the way of communicating between the different audience that we want to. And one of the best way of doing this is to tailor your style and identify the need of each person. For example, the senior executive wants something that is short, that will give you just the right information to the point, and probably have some statistic on the return on investment. While a person that is on the field, what is important is the details, the information that will be put in place on how to process, how to install the different equipment and make sure that the things works correctly. And it is two ways of communicating that is very different. You can send the same information, but it needs to be formatted very differently. And I think artificial intelligence is a great way to improve this. And I want to see, is there anybody else that use it to really tailor? And do you tailor your communication every time, or do you forget that each person is different and that you communicate just with one email to everybody? And I will ask.
And I'll add something to this.
Yeah, please.
All communication for me anyway, needs to be tailored because I'm communicating with different groups that have different needs. If I'm communicating with executives as an example, the communication is quite a bit different than when I'm communicating with individuals who are individual contributors, right? So those communications need to be tailored. Specific to AI, one of the things that I find is really helpful, and this goes across all of the different levels that I communicate with, is to make sure that there's an understanding of that basic regarding how large language models work specific to AI. And one of the things I share with people is that it's basically a statistical relationship based on the input. So that output isn't intelligence. It's just not so much guessing, but making a relationship between what you entered and what it thinks or what it perceives you would like to output. It's always difficult though, because words like think and perceive, of course, that's how we communicate things in terms of output, but the machine itself is not doing that. And people need to understand that. And when they understand that, it really helps them in their journey to validating output.
Yeah. Is Akin, because I know that you joined the conversation just on this slide, do you have anything that you would like to add? Because I know that you are very knowledgeable, Akin, so I wanted to see if I can have some insight from you. It seems you are busy or muted. Okay. One thing that I saw also is when you have the output of artificial intelligence, you need to improve the way it's reply. Most of the time, the first answer is not what you expect, and you need to refine the way of telling the things. And one of the most important things is to refine your prompt or the way you process the information, so you are sure that you have a better information. What I read, and it is a statistic from 2003, and it doesn't seem to be updated so far, there is 95% of the employees that don't understand or don't have really an idea of what is the strategy of their company. And for me, it's alarming because 95% of the people that are working in an organization not understanding the strategy mean there is something that is not going right, and 5% is just probably the top leadership. So it's mean they are able to communicate correctly their strategy into the closed circle, but to a large circle, they have problem. And one of the elements that is linked to it is because they communicate one way and only one way as they think it should be communicated. And it can come, a strategy is sometimes just a slide or on the website, or it is just sent by email, or it is something that is sent once a year at the moment of the performance by the CEO sharing his objectives. It is a way of sharing it, but it's need to be tailored to each person. And one of the things that people miss is there is people that are visual, there is people that are auditive, there is people that need to read, and the visual of the first one will be more how an image appear and things appear, and people are sensitive to the color, the image, how it is set up. And there is people that are more sensible to what is written itself. And addressing this different way of communicating is essential in your communication style. And it is one of the things that AI can help you to go. And I remember when I started also in software development, there were a concern for people that were Daltonian. That means people that cannot differentiate the red, the green, and some other color because they see everything like gray. And all the websites were set up in a certain way, and we were validating this. And it is taking in account that not everybody is the same, and you need to communicate with them differently. And AI can help you to improve this. So it is one of the best way to leverage this. Is there anybody that want to add anything before I move to the next slide? Okay. So how to leverage AI for the strategic foresight? So the first element is to be proactive. That means try to see what will happen in your strategy in the future that can be helped by artificial intelligence. And we have tendency in a lot of business to just be replying to the fire. And I know that it is the role of a project manager to reply to this fire, but what if we can proactively find what will happen in the future? Look at what will happen in the future according to statistics and helping you to anticipate all these shifts, all these issues that we have. There is some people that are in a project management institute and may know Infinity, that is artificial intelligence provided for free for members related to project management. According to the feedback that I have, because I'm not using it every day to do project management personally, but it's help you to really have all this information. You put the project chart, how long it's each task, and it can help you to reprioritize the task, understand how you have a delay in your project, how each features delay will be affecting you into your product delivery. And it is one of the things that you can use artificial intelligence to help you to understand what are the effects of your current project, current work, and how you can reprioritize and be aware of, if I don't have, for example, this bolt built, my car will not be able to be working in 2 months because this bolt is essential to build the motor. So making sure that you understand the holistic idea of what is happening. And I think if everybody is able to use correctly the artificial intelligence and put all their data in a safe place for the company, it can help people that are on the top level to really understand how they can prioritize, because they can have data-driven daily that will adjust the new information and make informed decision for the strategic people. And is there anybody that would like to add anything? Otherwise, I will pass to the next slide. Okay, we have a very shy audience today. Thank you, Shiny and Charles, to speak. You helped me a lot. The operational efficiency, and here is a little on the other way. It is not looking at how you can strategize your work, but how you can improve your processes. And I was in the automation studio for a top company in oil and gas, and we were working on automating the processes of the company. One of the most resistance that I had was people scared of losing their job. What I tried to explain my end user, I will tell, because it's not really my client. My client were more the senior leaders that wanted to improve the processes. It was that they are not losing their job really. They are doing things that they are more motivated to do. And they delegate what they can delegate, that is just robot. So it was delegating the robot to the robot and focusing on the human part. So helping you to be more proactive. And it is really what is happening now. It is a disruption. Finding what are the skills that we want to delegate to the artificial intelligence, so we are more efficient at doing what we are good at as a human. It can help us also to streamline the processes and streamline the way we are working. I know as a executive coach, I have only 24 hours in a day, and I think everybody is the same in this room and in the world, as far as I know. So we don't have a lot of time. And if I didn't have artificial intelligence, I will not be able to do everything that I want in my day. I want to comment on LinkedIn. I need to connect with people. I need to have my session where I speak with my client and I help them. I need to write article. I need to have a mastermind to develop myself. I need to also go to course to be up in the leadership knowledge, go to conference, to network. And it is a lot of things in a week to do. And to do this, because I'm able to delegate the content creation, review only what is written and making sure that what is written is aligned with what I want, I can do everything that I want. And it's streamline and optimize my processes. And I'm still working on optimizing even better. For example, I would like to improve my lead generation and address only the people that I want in my career to work with. And right now I'm targeting multiple people and it's not always my ideal client. So it is one of the things that I could improve by optimizing this with artificial intelligence. And it is just my experience. Is there anybody that see how they can improve their operational efficiency thanks to artificial intelligence, or just share their experience on how they do this or did this? Release?
Yeah, I can share something regarding that. It's very simple, and it goes back to the previous slide as well. It's just making sure that there's alignment with mission and vision. So taking a workflow-based approach to really understand what we're trying to accomplish, how people can be helped, and where the opportunities are to streamline and offload some of that lower value work so people can work on the higher value activities. So just that focus on mission and vision really, really helps with efficiency and planning for efficiency.
Thank you very much for sharing this. So This is my last slide for today. After it will be just my contact information. So the important is not to be scared of the artificial intelligence, is to understand how you can leverage artificial intelligence. And in this, what is important is to be aware of what exists. What is important is to be aware of what exists. It's not to understand how artificial intelligence works exactly. It is really understanding what exists in this world. And one way of doing this is to be subscribing to somebody that is very hype in technology and have his newsletter every day or every week. You look at what exists and you tell, oh, I never thought that I can do this with artificial intelligence. Why not try this technology? There is no an artificial intelligence that is able to do everything that I was doing with 3 or 4 tools. He is taking the information that I want as a leader. He can understand what is my brand and build my content for me. It is something that is amazing because it can save me a lot of time to build a content to my audience. And it is something that I didn't yet implement because I'm testing it. I'm trying to understand how it works. Let's imagine just this presentation. I had to make a presentation for you today on the artificial intelligence, and I didn't have much time to build it. I asked one artificial intelligence that I can share with you if you are interested to build a presentation very quickly. I tell what I wanted in the presentation, and he built a presentation of 8 slides in less than 10 seconds. It was a big save of time for me. You can improve also the way you are branded with your way of communicating, that is press master. It is a very good system to make you see as a thought leader. There is things to improve your processes that is really focus on this. There is another artificial intelligence that is just on data analytics and understanding what are the trends to help you to make better decisions. And I have a lot to share. If you have any specific technology that you look to help you and it is a real challenge for you, please feel free to contact me on LinkedIn or send me an email, and I will, with my network, find the information that I can for helping you to improve the process that you have difficulties with. But think of artificial intelligence as something that will help you to work with you and make you even more augmented. Actually, it was a word on the slide. It's really augment and not replace you. One element that we need to improve is how we are responsible of what is in it, and it is most of the work that IT and government need to work on, but it's not mandatorily the work of the leader, of the person that is taking really the usage of this artificial intelligence. And always learn. And learn of artificial intelligence. If you are in PMI, I can tell you there is 4 certifications that are for free. So you can do the 4 certification for free and learn. And there is a 5th one that is half free, according to what I learned yesterday in one of the networking events that I was. But always learn about artificial intelligence, but also learn about your business. Be knowledgeable of your business acumen, because you will not be able to validate what artificial intelligence will tell you if you don't have the business acumen that will make you sure that you know what the artificial intelligence is telling you. And with this, I will open for any question and any comment, and I will share my contact if you want to stay in contact with me for the future. And I will thank everybody for their participation. And I'm working with 2 different programs. There is one that is a C-suite leader that is focusing more on developing your power skill to differentiate yourself from the crowd and also from the artificial intelligence and building the skills that you need to be a thought leader and a person that is developing in this area. And the second one is really focusing more on the brand and making sure that you are visible and work well. Did you use to build your slide? So the one that I use to build my slide, and I didn't use all the features that he has because he has also Spotlight, but I didn't do this, is Gamma. It's a very good application. And this is one of the presentations that I did. And I add some others, and it was all generated automatically by artificial intelligence. And after I put some change in it to adjust to what I wanted, but you see it's look pretty nice. And there is another one that I heard of that is Beautiful AI, that is also in the same type of presentation, and you could test, and it will be a very good tool to try. Thank you very much for this question, Emmanuel. Any other question?
No questions, just thanks for the info, Aurélien. Always a pleasure.
My pleasure. Thank you very much, and have a great day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aurélien.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye.